Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today, I will be interviewing a very special guest. A special guest among special guests, and that is Robin Shelby, who plays Slimer in Ghostbusters 2, and she's the voice of Slimer's girlfriend in Ghostbusters 2016. And I'm really excited because, as you know, I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. So this is going to be pretty exciting. Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, I'm waiting for her phone call right about now. Get to ask her questions about that costume she had to wear. I know, I haven't done that whistling in a long time, and I promised my mother I wouldn't do it anymore. She'll call in just a moment. There she is. Hi, Robin.
Hey, Tommy, how are you?
I am great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much.
Oh, this is awesome. You know, just like anybody, I didn't know that anybody was playing Slimer, and
Mm-hmm.
I found out last year when I was on the website for the Campbell Comic Con and found out that you were booked for it, and I was like, somebody played Slimer? I didn't know that, and I'm like the biggest Ghostbusters fanatic in the world.
That's funny. I get that all the time. A lot of people think it was all the computer CGI, and they're very surprised that there's actually a human behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a puppet or something,
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, I got lucky. They actually needed a human being inside of it, so I got lucky and was able to do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh my God. So, going all the way back to your early years, did you always know that you wanted to be in the entertainment industry?
Yeah, I think I did my first play. I started out in musical theater for kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was 11. I did my first show. I did The Wizard of Oz, and I think I fell in love with it right away. It was just something that I took to instantly. I
Nice.
kind of knew at a very young age what I wanted to do. Yeah.
Nice. And you're from San Jose?
Well, yes, I was actually born in Illinois, in a town called Sebring.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of an hours outside of Chicago, almost by the Wisconsin border. And my whole family moved out to the San Jose Bay Area when I was about 11. And that's shortly after that I got into theater.
Nice. Yeah, I'm from San Mateo.
I love it. Not too far at all.
Yeah, I lived there all the way until last April, and I live in Reading right now.
Reading is beautiful, though.
It is beautiful, but it's very hot and it's very boring over here. There's nothing much going on.
It's a little warm here in Los Angeles, too. We've had a couple of days of, high 80s, so it's been a little toasty.
Yeah, I'm trying to move to Los Angeles to further my career and stuff.
Nice. I love it. Certain areas, let me know if you want some tips as far as where you might want to look. So you're not, too crazy with the city. But, yeah, definitely. I love LA. I really do.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. Yeah, I've been trying to move there for many years now, and now that I'm getting older, I'm ready to finally do it at some point. But just money is a problem.
Right. I hear you. I know.
Mm-hmm. So okay, so you did theater for a long time. So didn't you work on Willow?
I did. That was kind of my first introduction to working on such a huge production. And yes, I was a troll that got eaten by a two-headed monster in Willow. And that was shot at Industrial Light and Magic, the same place where I shot Ghostbusters, Slimer. It was a year prior to me being asked to do Slimmers when I worked on Willow. And the people there are just incredible. And I knew right away, once I worked on Willow, that I wanted to go back. I would have, I was dying to go back there and work there again. They're pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm. And that's what led you to Ghostbusters 2?
Yeah, about a year later, somebody, they had already cast somebody as Slimer, and because of his schedule, apparently Slimer was written out of the script and then written back into the script. And when they wrote Slimer out of the script, the actor who was originally scheduled to play Slimer took another job and wasn't able to come back. And when they wrote him back in, he wasn't available. So they called my agent. They remembered me. A guy by the name of Meg Gorman, who's one of the managers there, was incredible and said, well, why don't we call Robin in and audition her, and I think she might be right for it. And that's how I got Slimer. Amazing.
And they also, of course, knew that you were a short person, and so you'd be perfect for the part.
I'm 4'10", 1'11", and they knew they needed somebody within a certain size. They needed somebody who was good with physicality and moving around. And they thought, well, she might be a good fit. Call her in. I still had to audition. It wasn't like hey, let's just give it to her. So I just kind of was sort of what they were looking for, and said, let's check her out and see if this will be a good fit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't imagine Slimer not being in any sequel,
I was so happy that, it was included obviously in 2016 Ghostbusters as well. But, of course, instead of playing Slimer, I was like Slimer's love interest, Slimer's girlfriend, if you will. So I'm the only person, I think, in film that played my own love interest in 2 different films.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They also made Slimer look a little older and a different shade of green in the second one.
He does have a little bit different look, you're right. And he looks a little more, like you said, he's aged just a little bit. You're right. You're right about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember as a kid, I noticed that. I was like, why does Slimer look different? He doesn't look like he did in the original or the cartoon,
Right. He did have a different look in Ghostbusters 2 when I played Slimer from the original.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like a little more family friendly. He became a little cuter. I think the cartoon influenced the look of Slimer when they were creating him for Ghostbusters 2 a little bit.
Maybe, yeah.
That's my own opinion. I think they might have kind of just tried to make it a little more family friendly and appeal to some of the kids that enjoy the cartoon as well. But I'm very partial to Slimer and Ghostbusters 2. I thought he was pretty enjoyable, actually.
Yeah, I was actually a little scared of the way he looked in part 2 when I was a kid.
Really? He scared you?
Yeah, I thought I don't know. I thought they made him look a little bit more sinister, but that was just me as a kid.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Okay, I tended to. I was hoping that maybe some kids would think he was a little bit less menacing, but hey, sorry if I scared you. I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, it wasn't your fault, hon. It wasn't your fault.
Thank you.
I mean, I think in general in Ghostbusters 2, the special effects are actually a lot scarier than the first.
I agree. It improved because they had more technology and CGI was starting to take place, and they had more just better equipment to work with and to make it look more realistic. So from the original to number 2, it was like 5 years that they had to develop the technology to make it look great. And you're right, it definitely, it's pretty great. I think it holds up for me. I love I watch it today, and the CGI and the puppet work and the live, the actors in suits, it holds up today, I think.
Yeah, I thought that, in the original, the effects were pretty spooky in the original, but the second one, they are much more sinister looking, like whether it's the ghosts that are like attacking the town when the town goes crazy, or or when Janosch is the old lady with the carriage.
Oh, he's brilliant as an actor.
Peter McNichol. Yeah.
I love Janosch.
Yeah, he's so creepy, but he's so great playing that.
And I've since been able to meet him and get to know him, and he's just an amazing person on top of it. I really respect him as an actor. He's super amazing. I love him. I really do.
Mm-hmm. There's a video on YouTube where every member of the cast throughout the summer of 1989 is going on talk shows and promoting the movie, and they show Peter McNichol on the Johnny Carson show, and I don't know if he must have been having a bad night or something, but he comes off as very bitter in the interview.
and you know what? He's really not. He's like one of the sweetest. He's very he's much into the beat of his own drummer. He's very unique, and I love him for that. He's so super sweet, and I can't think of many actors who are as talented as he is. But he's a great guy. He's a super great guy.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a very long time though.
He's still acting. He's kind of he's being a little very very selective with the projects that he takes on, but he is still out there. He's still working.
Nice. I've seen the on-set pictures of you in that suit, wearing your spandex tights, and you had 80s hair.
Oh, I had 80s. If you notice, I don't know if you've seen us, but I had like a Reebok high top, pink Reebok high tops when I was shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't matter. You didn't see my feet. They took that out, obviously. So
yeah.
Those were my I thought they were the coolest, having the pink Reebok high tops.
Mm-hmm.
Funny.
I wrestled in high school, and there's a couple guys on the team that wore spandex, but I didn't because I was the big guy.
So you were the cool guy not wearing spandex. What are you talking about? That was just you being cool.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So you must have been really sweaty. I mean, how long did you have to be on set in that thing?
When we were shooting, we had anywhere between 13 and 15-hour days. It was pretty intense. We had about 4 weeks of rehearsal, and we shot for about 2. But it was very hot, very sweaty, and very long days. But I didn't really care. I mean, I was like a kid in a candy shop. I was having the time of my life, and the people, the guys that I was working with on set, who were the puppeteers and the on-set director, they all kind of became like protectors, if you will, almost like brothers watching out for me the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool. It's like I had 1,000 pairs of eyes making sure that I was doing okay. So it was an amazing experience. It was tough, but they made it a whole lot easier for me.
Mm-hmm. And how long did you have to work overall?
Like I said, we did long days, up to 15-hour days, and it was a total of about 6 weeks that I was at ILM, either in rehearsal or shooting. So it was like a month and a half.
Wow, 6 weeks. Wow.
Yeah. And when I did the voice of Lady Slimer, it was half a day in a recording studio, in an air-conditioned recording studio.
Of course.
It's like 2 totally different jobs, and I love them both equally, but they're completely different. How the involvement that I had was much different in both movies, for sure.
Yeah, of course, because when you're just recording, it's a lot easier.
It was so much fun. Yeah, but physically, it was so easy, but a whole different art to voicing a character, too. So again, I love them. I'm very grateful. I love them both. I'm grateful that I got to do both of them.
Mm-hmm. And Slimer had a couple scenes that were cut out.
Yeah, definitely. You can find some stuff online too, but
I did actually.
The one that I talk about the most was that Slimer, obviously he drives the bus and picks up Lewis.
Yeah.
What you don't see is that he drops Lewis off.
Yeah.
And he gets off the bus and wants to go with him, and he basically tells him no, and Slimer gets sad, and he goes, "Oh, but we can go bowling sometime with those arms. It'd be great at bowling."
Yep.
and then Slimer mixed in and flies away, and then he goes on his way. But it made more sense to see that because he realized why he was picking him up and that there was some kind of reason and a finality to him picking him up. And it was a cute scene. I think I was a little bummed about that one being cut.
Yeah, I saw a rough cut of it on YouTube, and I was laughing.
Yeah.
I was laughing.
Yeah, it never got put together with Slimer with what we shot. You see Lewis and obviously the bus, but you don't see Slimer getting off the bus. That never got put together by the people in ILM.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that put together. I doubt it'll ever happen, but it's always been kind of like a wish that I could see it.
Yeah. Yeah, he gives him a kiss, and then he says, "Oh, this guy stinks."
He's like, "Oh, but most of my friends stink, so I guess it's not so bad."
Yeah.
Rick Moranis, how can you not love him, right? He's amazing, super incredible.
Oh yeah, I mean he's a genius. I've only heard in recent years though there was a couple great movies that he was fired from because he drove people crazy with his improvisation.
Wow, I have not heard that. Wow.
Oh yeah, check this out. He was supposed to be the janitor in the Breakfast Club.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
Yeah, he did it for, I think, 2 or 3 days or something like that, and then John Hughes fired him. He did an interview around that time where somebody brought it up, and he said that they couldn't see eye to eye on the movie, but him and John Hughes was going to work together again in the future. Of course, that didn't happen because John Hughes was the kind of guy who held grudges, from what I've been told. And then he was...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Then he was supposed to play Daniel Stern's role in City Slickers, and he did for a couple of days on that, and then he was gone.
His talent is like completely undeniable.
Oh, he's great.
I'm amazed by him. He's one of my idols. I absolutely love him.
Yeah, he's just great. And overall, he's a great guy, because after his wife died, he took care of his kids.
Exactly. I respect that. Yeah. And I'm hoping maybe he'll get back into it now. Maybe the time is right for him to kind of consider getting more active and do another film. That would make me super happy. That would be awesome.
I was shocked, though, that he didn't want to do a cameo in the reboot.
I understand. I mean, I get it. Every actor, you have to make a choice, and do you want to take this, do I not? If he has his own reasons, I'm sure, for not wanting to do it. I'm sure people would love to have seen him in it. Don't get me wrong, but I get it. It's all good.
Mm-hmm. Did you like working with Ivan Reitman?
Yeah, he's when I worked with him, I was literally I was just a kid myself practically, and he can be very intimidating when you first meet him, especially if you're new into the industry. I was like in awe of him and intimidated by him. He's a very strong personality, and he knows what he wants, and that's a good thing as a director. But for me, I was just like, just blown away and intimidated. But yeah, I think he came into ILM for a couple of days to kind of describe each shot and to say, okay, this is what I want from this shot, and I was there to hear along with everybody else what it was he was looking for. But he's definitely a director. He knows what he's trying to get, and he describes it, and that's why he's Ivan Reitman.
Yeah, I've talked to a lot of people who did not know that before he was directing comedy movies, he produced a lot of Canadian horror films that David Cronenberg made. And people wonder why he's so good at making Ghostbusters 1 and 2 so spooky. It's because he came from a horror background. He knew how to scare the audience,
Right. Exactly. Yeah, he has a great pulse on horror and humor. Which I think that's what made him such a good choice, like you said, to direct Ghostbusters.
Absolutely. Now, I take it you've met the rest of the cast.
Not all. Just keep in mind, when I shot my stuff, I was by myself with the people at ILM in front of a blue screen. So it wasn't necessary for me to work with any of the cast, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've since gotten to meet and become friends with a good number of the cast members, but I was on my lonesome with the people at ILM. Like, the cast was already, they had wrapped, they were done. They shot everything in New York, and then we took what they shot, and then you add the special effects in after that. So I was kind of working after they were totally done. I got lucky. I doing events and doing some conventions, I've been able to get to meet and become friends with some of them. So I consider myself lucky that happened, that I've gotten to know some of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've interviewed Jennifer Runyon.
I love her. We've become really good friends. She's amazing. She's so sweet.
Yeah.
I just adore her.
Yeah, oh my God, her and I get along great. I've had her on the show twice, and
she's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, we have great conversations, and I make her laugh and stuff. I love talking to Jennifer. She's awesome.
Yeah, she could not be sweeter. Yeah, we she's pretty crazy. I'm pretty crazy. We tend to be really good together. She's wonderful.
That's awesome. So obviously you love the original too.
Of course, I was a fan like everybody else. When I was asked to do it, I was just a fangirl like everybody else who was asked to work on it. Like I said, I was a kid in a candy store. I was super excited, and a fan like you are. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's funny how I got into the movies. The first one came out 2 days after my first birthday, right?
Wow.
And my brother was 10, but this will show you how big of a fan I am of Ghostbusters. I can tell you not only the day it came out in the theaters, I can also tell you when it premiered on HBO. It premiered on HBO Sunday, May 4th, 1986, because back in those days, if you had a blockbuster that made so much money at the box office, it was 2 years before it hit HBO. And
wow.
And we had this VHS tape that was dated like July of 1986, and it had Ghostbusters, Gremlins, Night of the Comet, which my brother later taped over for the Breakfast Club, and that was it. And I had that tape up until about 4 years ago, and then I had to like give away most of my video library because I was homeless for a little while. Sadly.
Oh, you are a super fan, though. You can tell.
Oh yeah, I had the proton packs. These toy proton packs when I was a kid. I had the Ecto Cooler in my lunchbox at school.
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah, and they brought it back for the reboot, the Ecto Cooler, and I haven't had a chance to have it since. It was on Amazon.com, but I never had the chance to get it.
It was good. I tried it for the first time, actually. Super sweet, obviously. A lot of sugar, but
yeah.
We kind of made our own drink out of it. It was like a little bit of Ecto Cooler, a little bit of vodka. Mm-hmm. It was really good. It was super good.
Oh.
But yeah, I thought a fan actually was so sweet and sent me a taste of the can, and that was so wonderful. So I actually got to try it a little bit. It was wonderful.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't drink anymore, but that sounds like it would be pretty amazing mixed with vodka.
It was. It kind of cut the sweetness just a little bit, too. Wow, it's almost like pure sugar.
Yeah. I enjoyed it, though. I had it for about 2 years or so. I mean, it was out there for a while, I remember.
Excellent. I wish I could bring it back, because now you can't find it.
I think it's on Amazon.com still. It might be.
It is? I should check it out. I thought it was like pretty much done.
Oh.
But I will.
Oh, maybe
check it out.
Maybe it's done right now. Yeah, I don't know. But I'd have to check. But yeah, you also did the reboot and stuff. I personally did not care for the reboot, but what did you think of it overall?
I liked it. I actually was, I did my job for a day, and then I was crossing my fingers and hoping, please be funny, please be funny, please be funny. And then I saw like a screening at Sony with some of the employees, And I remember taking a deep breath saying, okay, cool. You know, I had fun with it. I enjoyed it. If you just take the movie for what it is and the performances for what they are, I know many people, to be honest, that judged it without even seeing it. And that's kind of, if you see it and you don't like it, obviously opinions are great, you know, and more power to you. I'm all about, you can like it or not like it, it's up to you. But what bothered me was so many people judged it even before they saw a frame of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my kind of problem. It's like, why don't you check it out and then make a decision? But I personally, I liked it. And I own it, and I watch it just to watch it sometimes. I'll pop it in. So I'm proud. I'm really proud of it. You know, and some people might not like it. Some people love it. I happen to really enjoy it. I think they did a good job with it. I think, you know, Paul Feig really tried to include a lot of what he thought the fans would enjoy. Brought some people in to work on it that they would recognize, and I enjoy it. That's my own opinion, but I really enjoy it. I liked it a lot.
Well, when I heard that they were going to be rebooting it with all the girls from Bridesmaids, I was actually pretty excited at first because I love that movie. I think it's one of the funniest comedies of the decade, and all that. But then when I saw it, I was like, their humor doesn't mix well with Ghostbuster humor because it's supposed to be very dry and deadpan, you know, and I don't know, I just couldn't get into it like I thought I would, you know, but I did like the cameos from the original cast, you know, and I only belly laughed like twice throughout the whole movie. The first one was when they do a little wordplay on Ed Begley Jr.'s name. You know, I'm Ed Jr., you know.
Right.
That made me laugh.
Yeah, you know, like I said, it's not going to be for everybody. It's like every film. Every film's not for everybody. But I know a lot of people, like from conventions that'll come up after the film came out, they're like, oh, I didn't really want to see it, but I finally took a look at it and I really enjoyed it. My kids love it, blah, blah, blah. So I think, and it got 74% on Rotten Tomatoes. The critics kind of took to it a little bit too. So I don't know. You know, it's like everybody's going to have a different opinion of it, and that's fine. That's okay. You know, it's totally cool.
And then the second laugh, that this is the one that really made me laugh, was when Kate McKinnon's all, come out, wherever you are. The Wizard of Oz. Exactly. Yeah, that was really cute. She's great. Oh, yeah.
She's one of my comedy idols. I absolutely adore her.
Oh, yeah, I saw her in that movie, what's it called? Christmas Office Party?
Yes, I saw that too. Yeah.
Oh, God, she made me laugh so much in that movie. You know, someone's like, hey, who farted? And she's like, I have to be very honest with you. It was me.
Right, yeah. She's great. She's sort of career, like, 3 years. You haven't seen the best of what she can do yet.
Yeah.
Once she's off the best of now, she's going to explode, I think. She's great.
Yeah, she's got a lot more years ahead of her. She's just
oh my gosh,
hilarious.
Yeah. A lot of work is in there yet, so I'm kind of excited to see what she does with it.
Now I did like the way Slimer and his girlfriend looked. I thought they turned out really good, you know. But I was just disappointed. I was hoping they would do something new by now, like maybe give Slimer a penis or something.
I don't know if that would be too family friendly, but you know.
Or at least give him a belly button, you know.
Okay, now that might work. Belly button might be the way to go on that one.
Yeah, but Slimer looked pretty good in this movie. He looked actually really cool in modern day CGI form.
Right. I agree.
But a few years after you did Ghostbusters 2, you played one of the characters at Wonder World in Beverly Hills Cop 3.
I did. Yeah. That was fun.
Floyd Fox.
Yep. The scenery comes up underneath the amusement park to try and find somebody. He ends up on stage in a character dance show, and I'm one of the characters that he danced with on stage. It was so much fun. That was a blast. That was shot at Great America in Santa Clara, in Northern California.
Oh, wait, it was shot in Santa Clara?
It absolutely was, yes.
Oh my God. Wow, I never knew that. I knew it was shot at a Great America. I didn't know if it was in Santa Clara, though.
It was, yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that. And I remember I saw like this behind the scenes look at the movie just before it came out. And I remember I was in Washington visiting my family because my cousin was getting married, and I was actually pretty excited because I loved it when Eddie Murphy and John Landis collaborate, you know, and I was like, oh, this is going to be the best one, right? And I actually did enjoy it a lot, though. I don't think it's the best one, but I did enjoy it, and I thought that it was pretty cool.
I liked it, yeah. And like a lot of things, got a lot of flack. There are moments in that film that I take from it and it makes me laugh. I enjoyed a lot of it. It was fun. It was fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. How did you get to be in it, though?
I was working at Universal Studios, and I basically auditioned because I'd already done some character work there, and ended up getting chosen to go to Northern California and work on the film for a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm. And what was it like working with John Landis?
Oh, he's great. He's great. He definitely, again, another commanding personality. He can be intimidating. He knows what he wants.
Yeah.
But extremely good at what he does. But he can be intimidating to somebody who's new or, gets intimidated easily, which I can sometimes. But he's, like I said, super talented and just knows what he wants.
Yeah, I heard he could be intimidating. Last week.
He can be. That's not a bad thing. I mean, I think that a lot of the directors that are out there, the strong personality kind of goes with it, I think. It can. And like I said, very decisive. They know what they want, and they're going to go after it and get it. So, but that's what makes them successful, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was at the horror. I was going to go to the horror convention, Monsterpalooza, last weekend in LA, and I go every year, but I couldn't go this year. And he honored Rick Baker at the after party. I saw the footage of it on YouTube later. I was like, oh God, I wish I could have been there, because John Landis to me is the best comedy director of the last 40 years.
He's amazing. He is. Yeah.
And I bet Eddie Murphy had an entourage on the set.
He did. He had a trailer and people that worked for him. Yeah, but I think that goes with most any major star is going to have their people with them, their assistants, their makeup, their glam squad to make them look good. I mean, it's like that pretty much comes with the package, I think.
Well, being a stand-up comedian, I actually know I've met guys who came up with him in the late 70s, and they said even then he had an entourage in the comedy clubs with like all his like high school friends and his like brother and cousin and stuff. It's a weird thing. Like he thought, like when he was like 15, he thought he was the Elvis of comedy,
Well, at that point, I think he became so successful so quickly from SNL, and I think I'm thinking he might have kind of come a little bit more down to earth at this point in his life. But I think he rose so fast to the top, and I think that might have kind of taken him along with the ride, and maybe he was. You never want to believe your own press too much. That's good or bad press.
Oh yeah.
You got.
Robin? We'll fix this problem in just a moment. Hold on. We're going to fix this problem. We lost each other for a moment. Hey.
Hey, we got disconnected. So sorry about that.
It happens a lot, actually.
I don't know if that was my phone. It could have been. Either way, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Disconnected back. That's good. I'm so sorry. Remind me what we were talking about.
Oh, about not believing in your own publicity.
Yeah. You know, it's important, I think, as a young actor. He was really young when he did SNL.
Yeah.
I think it might be very easy as a 20-year-old. I think that's how he was 19 or 20 when he did SNL. To kind of buy into your own press. And I think maybe it took him a while to kind of come back down to earth and realize that he's a regular human being and that, you know, I think he has more compassion as an actor now than he did back then.
Yeah.
But he you know, he definitely was fine on the set. You know, not that I didn't have to talk to him that much on the set, but from what I could see, he showed up, he was there, he did his job, but everything seemed fine.
Yeah. Especially in the world of stand-up comedy, you can't believe in your own publicity too much. I mean, a guy like Sam Kinison, he did that, and he fell pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to have people around you that keep you grounded, and that maybe, you know, I think everybody needs that, especially when you rise to fame so quickly like he did. And I don't know if you have it or not, but it's important that people speak around you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And then you did some stunts on the Little Rascals movie.
Mm-hmm. I sure did. Yeah. If you saw the movie, there's like a go-kart race.
Yeah.
And I was actually Spanky's stunt double for the go-kart race. It's true.
I haven't seen.
It was fun. The kids were great, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
And Penelope upstairs, she directed it, was amazing with the kids. Incredible.
Yeah, she was coming off of Wayne's World. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought, wow, is she going to be able to handle a business? Obviously, a ton of kids. She's great with them.
Mm-hmm.
I think they fell in love with her. She fell in love with all of them. It was really cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie in a long, long time. But how did you get to do stunts on that? Were you already doing stunts?
I've done a couple of stunts. I did stunt work on the Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I was Luisa's stunt double when she got shot out of a cannon.
Wow.
I was actually connected to a wire and got lifted up about 200 feet in the air. Those stunts were blast. But you know what? I'm definitely more of an actress, and I think I'm not as fearless as one should be to be a stunt person. So I'm definitely, I know where my niche is, and stunt work just, you know, I'll leave it to the people who are truly fearless and have that in their gut. So that's generally stuff for me too much. And I found that out pretty quickly after doing a couple of jobs with stuff. I mean, I'm definitely more of an actress.
Yeah, man, I don't know how they do it, how stunt people do it. I mean, it's just so amazing. You got to be so brave to do that.
You do. And when I was doing the stunts on the Fantastics, there's a wire that was cutting into my back, and I ended up slicing it open. It was blood, and that's just kind of expected. I mean, like when you're doing stunts, and that's kind of like, okay, suck it up, keep moving on. And it just, you know, like I said, a lot of people have that in them. That's what they love to do, and it's just not my passion. And if it's not your passion, then you shouldn't do it. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, and they rarely ever let actors do their own stunts these days.
It depends on the stunt and how simple or, yeah, it all depends on what the stunt is. But yeah, they generally try to shy away from that and let the professionals take over.
Yeah. I could never do stunts. I had a pretty bad car accident a couple of years ago, and I had so many injuries that, yeah, if I did even one stunt, I'd be gone, you know?
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I had a pretty bad one. I was in a coma for 30 days.
Oh, my Lord. Wow. Wow, I'm glad you're okay. Seriously.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I survived it. It made me so grateful, and I'm pursuing my dream and
Mm-hmm.
everything. You know.
Yeah. There are moments in life that kind of define you a little bit and kind of give you inspiration to keep pushing. And that's probably one of them for you. That you're like, okay, well, you know, life can be short, and take advantage of it, and do what you can with it, and go for what you want to go for. Go for your dreams.
Hmm.
I'm a big believer. I'm a big believer in that. If there's something that you really want in your life, do it. Absolutely do it.
Hmm. That's what I'm doing, and I, I
Good.
see so many things now that I could have done 10 years ago that I just didn't have the confidence to do, and it's getting hard for me to do certain things and earn certain things now. But I'm having a blast trying. You know.
Good. Good. And don't look back. You know, hindsight, they say 2020. You know, it's a big 10 years ago. Don't look back and say, "Oh, I could have."
Yeah.
Just look forward and say, "Okay, what can I do now?"
Hmm. Absolutely. So was Penelope Spheris intimidating?
No, not really. I mean, again, she's a woman. She's a director. She's good because she has a vision. She
Hmm.
knows what she wants. But she has a definite a right sense of humor that she brought onto the set with the kids that I thought. So I didn't feel too intimidated most of the time with her. She's very talented, but she's kind of easygoing at the same time. She definitely brought a levity to the set, so it didn't get too much for the kids, which is cool.
Hmm. Yeah, I heard when she did Wayne's World. You know, her and Mike Myers didn't get along very well, and there would be times when he would like put on sunglasses and imitate her.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
I
And I,
had I never heard that before. That's awesome.
yeah, I thought that was pretty funny when I heard that because I can imagine him doing that because he's such a funny
Mm-hmm.
guy.
He's he's one of my favorites out of that came out of SNL too.
Yeah,
There's so many geniuses that came out of that show. He's one of them for sure.
I know. When I was younger, you know, I always dreamed about being a cast member on that show. But then after hearing all these behind the scenes stories, I was like, nah, I think I would just host and that's it. You know.
Right, 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 right.
But
There's a documentary on like a week of making SNL. I don't know how to do it.
mhm,
It's what a schedule. My gosh, I don't know how they would ever get through the week, but they do.
yeah. I know. What's that show? Mad TV. They actually had a pretty intense schedule on that show.
I bet that's tough. You know, it's like putting together a weekly show, and especially a live weekly show like SNL. That's a lot of pressure, but they do it, and they're brilliant. Most of them are flawless.
Hmm. So you've done a lot of producing and directing in recent years, though.
Not directing, producing.
Oh.
I produced some web series that my husband wrote and directed, and I produced.
Hmm.
And, it's not my favorite thing to do, but sometimes you have to produce to get your stuff done. Um, Not my passion, but producing is a lot of work. It's a lot of getting schedules together. But we do it because we want to. We actually just shot a web series, 2 episodes that we're editing right now. So that
Nice.
should be fun. That should be out in the next month or two, hopefully.
Can you talk about what it's about?
Yeah, well, it's just about two inept cops on a stakeout. It's kind of like airplane meets stakeout.
Oh.
It definitely has airplane type, silly, stupid, mindless, funny humor.
A lot of puns.
A lot of puns, a lot of yeah.
Yeah.
There's no moral to the story on the web series. There's just a lot of silly fun, which that's what we wanted.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the airplane movies.
Oh, both of, my husband and I are too. That's kind of it's definitely an inspiration for a lot of good comedy. I do love it. It's perfect.
I interviewed an actress the other day who was actually offered to play the nun in the first one, but she turned it down because she thought she thought the humor was tasteless, but then when she actually saw it, she laughed so hard she regretted turning it down.
Oh, so funny. It's such a perfect comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I feel like that's one movie I'll pop in if I just need a good laugh.
Oh yeah. That's
it never fails. Like every single time it cracks me up. So.
That's like one of those comedy movies that's mandatory to own.
I think so, and we definitely own it. It's in our arsenal of DVDs for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love how they have that special edition "Don't Call Me Shirley" edition or whatever it's called.
Right.
Yeah, I actually met Robert Hayes a couple of years ago at Monsterpalooza, and yeah, God, he's such a charming man. Loved him. I wanted to ask him all these questions about his career, but instead he was asking me questions because I was walking with a cane because it was like a year after my accident, and
mm-hmm.
yeah, he was just so great to talk to. I wanted to ask him though if he knew my great uncle, because my great uncle was a cinematographer in Hollywood, and he actually shot his Starman series.
Oh wow, I'm sure he did know him then. I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, I hope I get to meet him again.
Yeah, I love him. He's fantastic. I love him.
Yeah. So do you have any convention appearances coming up?
Next weekend I'm going to be at the Hollywood show,
nice.
Which is near LAX. You can go online and look that up. I'll be there from like 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. those days at least.
Mm-hmm.
And then this summer I'm going to SpaceCon, which is going to be in Fort Myers, Florida, in June.
Mm-hmm.
So far that's what I have lined up. That can change. Things can get added, at any time. So you can go to my website. I have a website, www.robinshelby.net, and I always update it. There's a news section, and anything that's coming up, I'll put there, so you can always check that out.
Cool. Yeah, I haven't been to the Hollywood show, but that's one that I want to go to because I see all these people on there that don't go to Comic Cons or Horror Cons, and I'm like, oh, I want to meet that person,
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, there's a lot of people that I'm excited to meet this next weekend, so it'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the reason I didn't meet you at the Campbell Comic Con last year was because I had just moved here to Reading, but I was curious to know who was going to be there because I went the previous year.
And that was so much fun. I had a great time at Campbell Comic Con. Of course, growing up in the Bay Area, it was fun to be kind of back home, if you will. So it was great. I had a good time there.
Yeah, it was a small little area. It reminded me of like a recreational park,
It was intimate, which is fun. It allows you to kind of take your time with people and actually have a conversation, and I love that.
Yeah.
If it's too crowded, you don't get that kind of one-on-one time with people, and it just seems a little more rushed, and I like the smaller, intimate cons are great. I love it.
Yeah, I don't really go to the rushed conventions at all. I go to the more intimate ones, and that's not by choice. It just happens to be if I'm going, And I've been to mostly those, and I just love them because I get to have a conversation with them, and then we connect on Facebook and everything, and I get to interview them, or I get to interview them at their table,
Right, exactly. And with some of the bigger cons, you wouldn't be able to do that, so that's why I kind of enjoy. I enjoy the smaller cons for sure.
Yeah, well, the bigger cons, they mostly want people from from actual news stations to interview celebrities at their table.
Mm-hmm. I've done the bigger cons too, and that could be kind of fun. Yes, you're right, you get more different media coming to the bigger cons. There's pluses and minuses as an artist to be at a small con and a big con. But I just enjoy the fans. I enjoy meeting them and talking to them, and it's a blast for me. It's so much fun.
What's the craziest thing a fan has ever asked you to sign?
I haven't had any.
Really?
Their arm, because they're thinking about getting a tattoo.
Yeah.
Of my signature. Somebody was talking about me signing their arm. And I think your friend talked about getting a tattoo of somebody's signature, which I'm kind of glad about,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, to me, like, you don't want my signature on your arm for the rest of your life, really? Are you sure? But that's probably the craziest. I haven't had anything too crazy happen at a con.
Yeah. Generally, when I ask that question, it's always the body parts and nothing really else.
Yeah, that's probably the craziest. So nothing too crazy, but
Yeah, that's good because it could be a lot worse.
absolutely. Yeah, I consider myself lucky.
uh, so, since you've been an awesome guest, I think I will wrap this up by telling you a couple of jokes.
Please, go for it.
Let's see. You know why guys like to marry virgins?
Right.
Because they can't stand criticism.
Okay. That's cute. That's cute.
Yeah, that joke has been very popular since the Me Too movement started.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know how to make an orange laugh?
Oh.
Tickle its navel.
Oh my gosh. But I'm from.
It's
He's here all week, folks. Tip your waiter well.
It's what?
I said he's here all week, folks. Tip your waiter well. That's cute. That's cute.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Robin, I've had such a great time talking to you this morning. I thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. It was a great talking to you too.
Yes,
And keep going after what you want, okay?
absolutely. And I hope I get to meet you at a convention sometime. And
I have to say.
may I send you a friend request on Facebook?
Absolutely. Yes, that's fine. That'd be great.
Awesome. Thank you so much,
All right.
and have a great day.
Tommy, take care of yourself.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, there you have it. Robin Shelby. Ain't she a sweetheart? Thank you so much, Robin. I appreciate your time this morning. Really awesome stories about Ghostbusters and the world of the Ghostbusters. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Add me as a friend on Facebook. Join my Tommy Kovac comedian page. And follow me on Twitter. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Later, dudes.